Hi, my beautiful light beings. It's been a minute since I did one of these videos, like even speaking on this. A lot has transpired, both personally, collectively, energetically. But I wanted to come on here because at the end of the day, we are currently going through, I think, one of the most intense ascensions and awakening period as a collective. So right now, energetically, especially as we are coming up on another Mercury retrograde, there is a lot going on. A lot of people are being forced to hold themselves accountable, both on the light and the dark side. You understand? And when I'm saying light and dark side, I mean on the ill-intended and the well-intended side. You understand? We've reached a place where, in order for you to continue on this realm, right? This physical realm, this earthly realm that we are currently incarnated in. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you don't understand what I'm saying, Google is free. I think we're well past that. If you get triggered by certain terminologies, then continue staying programs. I don't know. I'm not the one to help you fix that part. You understand what I'm saying? But for those who are starting to feel the intensity of the awakening, for those who are starting to awaken to their gifts and don't necessarily have any form of an explanation, this is the time where community, when I say community, is so important. Even if you don't necessarily know who to go to or who to link up with, even if it's a situation where you're the only person who's waking up in your social circle, 9 times out of 10, that's normally how people's awakening story goes. You understand? If you are at that point, it is very essential that you use your discernment. Using your discernment with the people that you share things with, using your discernment with the certain practitioners or teachers or guides. If you do not feel within your soul, if that gut feeling is telling you to stay away from that person or not to necessarily listen to that person, you do what you feel that you need to do. Shoot, even if it's telling you stay away from my ass. I don't know, honey. I might not just be the person that's aligned to help you. You understand? But we are in a place where we cannot avoid and we cannot disregard the spiritual aspects of who we are. Again, we are spiritual beings that are having a human experience. The experience of life, these are just lessons. The things that we go through are learning periods, you understand? And it is intended for soul evolution. We need to start locking in. That means, especially for my people, that means if you are not tapped in or aware of who your spiritual team is, please do so immediately. The warfare is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a play. This is not the world is about to end and we're to know. We're not doing that type of fear mongering shit. But spiritual warfare is real. And it's getting more and more intense the more that the dark truths are starting to come to the surface for the entire collective to know. You understand? In order to protect yourself, especially from the psychological warfare that will continue to increase, you have to make sure that you are locked in with your spiritual team. It's not just a situation where, okay, cool, I have a connection with the divine God, like whatever name that you choose to refer to as the higher power that you reference or that you know what I'm saying, you honor. That's not your only thing. You understand? Source ensures that you have a spiritual team that is assigned to you. That means you have a set of angels that are assigned to you to protect you. You have your ancestral bloodline that is assigned to you to protect you. You have spirit guides. You have spirit animals. There are so many different entities and deities and spirits that are a part of your spiritual team. You are not walking this alone. But the thing is that in order for them to help you, you not only have to acknowledge that they even are there, but you also have to ask for the help. Understand? You got to ask for the help. So for those of you who are still having a hard time accepting the fact that, yes, baby, we do work with our ancestors. Yes, baby, we do work with our angels. We do work with our spirit guides. Honey, you're going to have to get the fuck over that if you going to plan to survive. Okay? We are here to serve a divine purpose. And this is not me on no religious talk, this is not me on no da-da-da. This is just real shit. We are not just here to purchase material things and work in these dead-end jobs and do these careers and have the money and this and the third. Yes, the material benefits of having this experience is all fine and dandy, but we have a better and more important job to do. Those of you who have always felt as though you have been called for something greater, I'm gonna need you to lock the fuck in. We don't have time for the fear. We don't have time for the self-sabotaging. We no longer have time for the imposter syndrome. There is a divine time limit on this, because if you do not sit down and you do not work through the traumas that you have faced, that has been set on you and that you've had to experience, and you have not let go of, you have not let go of the pain, you have not let go of the suffering, it has hardened your heart, it has made you bitter, it has turned you into someone who inflicts harm unto other people as well. You need to sit down and you need to face those aspects of yourself. That is what shadow work is about. It's not just about, oh yes, guys, I was here and I did this and this happened to me and all of these things and I went through blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know it. Shit sucks. But what did you learn? Because the things that you learn will be the tools that will equip you for when you do come against any type of negativity, when you are placed in the middle of spiritual warfare, especially if you are a soul who is here for a divine purpose. Now, some of y'all are not, and that's okay. But those of you who know within yourself that you are called to do something way more important, way more greater, I need you to lock in. There are karmic consequences to not being obedient and not answering your calling. And it's not the life that you want. I guarantee that. The longer that you sit by and you wait and you don't follow suit and you don't make sure that you are handling the spiritual aspect of your life, it's making sure that you are balancing out your energy, making sure that your nervous system is regulated, making sure that you're deepening your connection with the divine. You understand what I'm saying? Making sure that you deconstruct from the subconscious programming that from religion, from culture, from all social expectations, all of that shit needs to be deconstructed. And yes, it takes time and it's not an overnight thing, but the longer that you take, the more intense it's going to be for you. So I felt like to come on here and just share that, because at the end of the day, that's all I can do. I can only lead by example. I went through it. I went through the humiliation. I went through the ostracization. I went through the lack of finances. I went through the losing friends. I lost everybody. Everybody. And that is a sacrifice that I will make 1,001 times over, because all of those people that I had to let go of were people that did not serve my soul's best interest. They were not going to elevate me to the state in which I needed to elevate. So it is so essential. And when I say it's essential, it's damn near mandatory at this point. We cannot continue to straddle the fence on what it is we're gonna do. And oh, I'm so scared to speak up. And no, I don't want to stand up. I don't want. I'm gonna fuck how it's gonna look. They already talking about you. You might as well live in your truth and do what you are called to do, whatever that may be. But you gotta lock in, bro. You have to lock in. That's it. I wish y'all well. I hope everybody's doing so great. I'm sending y'all so much love, lights, and all that good stuff. And I will tap in with y'all later.